Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Chuck Jones here with Jay Miller and the whole Zone Sports team as we bring you high school basketball action here on the Zone. Tonight's matchup will be between the Notre Dame Titans and the New Boston Tigers. This will be a big conference game, if I'm right.
That is correct.
You know, and honestly, a great game between two smaller schools that, they really kind of fight and struggle to keep good attendance and things like that. So this should be a really great game to watch this evening.
It could be. It's going to be a battle between some up and down programs. We know what New Boston did last year. We know what they're capable of doing this year. Last year they made the tournament, play very well at that level. They lost a few seniors off that team, but they're not starting over. Notre Dame, however, sitting at 0-7 thus far in the season.
Yeah.
They have a new coach. They got some new kids. They got new pieces, and they're kind of starting over, picking up where they left off.
They are. You know, Notre Dame has had a lot of rebuilding, different times, and I really kind of got to give them credit as they really kind of reinvent themselves each time.
Right.
You know, which is good. New Boston, as you said, they've had their struggles over the years as well. Coach Cox took them to the tournament last year.
Right.
The first time in 20 years they'd made it to Athens, so that was a big deal for them.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, he's really turned the program around, so to speak. And,
he has.
They've enjoyed quite a lot of success here in recent years. 5-3 is where they sit right now. 4-1 in the SOC. Eastern is undefeated, sits atop that SOC conference.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to Coach Cox this morning on the phone, and he was telling me that he believes they're right in there. You know, they're positioned well to move into the the sectionals and district, and they're doing well in their division.
Well, and I think a lot of coaches kind of think along those same lines. They think about next level. You want to win conference first, and then are we making the tournament?
Exactly.
And we start thinking about seeds.
Yeah. And here we have the tip-off tonight.
Tyler Caldwell, 6'7" junior, easily tips it back.
He's a big one.
He's a big boy, yeah. 6'7".
And he can shoot.
Yes, he can.
Look at that. Drops a three from the side like there's nothing with, 10 seconds in?
Right in the bucket, and New Boston starts out full court press right away. 2-1-2. Want to trap the sides. A little ball pressure on the side turns into a turnover, and now you would think a jump ball at some point.
Now, why would the officials not call something on that?
I don't know. That was officially a skirmish.
That was a freaking free-for-all twister game going on down there.
Tyler Caldwell there, we talked about his size, 6'7", easily blocks that shot. And 24, Ethan Kamer takes that monkey dribble, brings himself closer to the basket. Didn't need to do that.
Yep.
Pull up, get that shot off.
There we go. And Notre Dame passes to the outside. Kind of moving around a little bit.
Over to Jackson Clark. Starting 5 for Notre Dame, Cole Harrell, Ben Mater, Jackson Clark, Caleb Nichols, and Ethan Kamer. And now we get a quick jump ball there.
Yeah, I think they figured out where that is in the rule book.
There you go.
Yeah.
Notre Dame starting 3 sophomores. 2 seniors, 3 sophomores.
So right now, New Boston's up 3-0 over the Titans. 7:01 left in the first period.
And that's just good ball pressure there. That's Jerome McKinley, 5'10", number 32. Checking the corner and forcing the bad pass out of bounds.
Want to thank tonight's game sponsor, KDMC and KDMC Ohio. Big sponsors of Zone High School Sports, area youth, and our area in general. So I want to thank KDMC for everything they do for our area and everything they do for us at the Zone.
McKinley on the other end, finishing there, and he's a freshman, Chuck.
That's it. That's 5-0 so far for New Boston as they get their second score of the game.
Well, the last time we did a game in the friendly confines of New Boston High School, it was against Clay last year, and New Boston dismantled the Panthers. It was ugly. They won by 40 or 50 points.
That did get pretty ugly.
Now some of those kids did graduate, and I'm trying to remember Cade Conley, I think, was one of them.
Yeah, you're right.
They had 3 or 4 kids on that team that were just really super athletes.
They did.
That I'm sure Cox is missing this year.
Yeah.
But he's got a few fresh faces out there, too, so let's see what they can do.
Honestly, having a kid that's 6'7",
it's irreplaceable.
That's kind of a rare occurrence on a team.
That's right.
You know?
And one who can play.
Yeah.
This is a kid that jump ball. A little late on the whistle there, but this is a kid who's definitely playing at the next level.
Yeah.
Now it's just a question as to what level.
Right.
We're talking Division III, II, Division I. How big can he go with that
know.
outside shot?
That was a nice one, man. I mean, stepped right up and hit it.
Work on his game, put a little weight on, and almost dumps another one in there. In and out. Notre Dame now back with the ball quickly down the court. Ben Mater is the Titans leader in points scored. That's off the mark.
Who was 23?
Cole Harrell.
It was 23 for
finishing.
the
That's
Titans.
Kyle Sexton.
So there's 2 more points for New Boston.
23 is Caleb Nichols.
Caleb Nichols. You know, he jumped right up there and flipped that rebound out.
Nice no-look pass. Everybody in the world thought he was going to throw the ball across court there.
That's it, 2 more for New Boston, making it 9-0.
Finding the cutter.
Long pass across the court.
You know, I almost feel like there are echoes of the past in here.
Yeah?
You know?
That's the new gymnasium.
I know, but I still feel the echoes because it feels small to me. When they full court press, it's like they've shrunk the gym down to the cracker box they used to play in.
Yeah.
And they make it so hard for defenses or offenses to break them.
And looks like they're going to take a timeout. While they take a timeout, we will too, and we'll be back right after this.
Used Automotive at 5907 Lucasville Medford Road in Medford is a buy here, pay here car lot, which specializes in cars, trucks, and SUVs. Stop by AJ's and visit with Aaron, Jody, and Brian. They'd love to work with you. Check out AJ's Used Automotive on Facebook, where you'll be able to see pictures of all the vehicles on the lot. AJ's Used Automotive is located right beside of the Muletown Mini Mart and AJ's Automotive Service. Drop by AJ's Used Automotive, a buy here, pay here car lot.
In the heart of downtown Portsmouth is the area's oldest pawnbroker, B&B Loan. No matter what you're looking for, it's probably come through the doors of B&B at some point in time. With a large selection of jewelry, TVs, tools, DVDs, musical instruments, and did I mention jewelry? B&B has the largest collection of pre-owned jewelry featuring many popular and one-of-a-kind pieces. No matter what you're looking for, shop local first by coming into B&B Loan, located near the Esplanade at 837 Gallia Street in Portsmouth.
You're watching Zone Sports. Game on.
And we're back. 9-0 as New Boston leads. 5:29 on the clock.
Notre Dame pressing there on the inbounds after the timeout. And a fortuitous bounce there and a rebound quickly down the floor. Going to try to make something happen. Stolen and blocked.
Looks like he gets 2 at the line, doesn't he?
Jackson Clark's going to pick up the foul there. That's his first. And the first foul called in the game. This tall drink of water here is Kyle Sexton.
First one, no good.
Sexton, a 6'5" sophomore.
And the second one goes in, bringing it at 10-0 as the Tigers lead.
Again, the 2-1-2 full court press. Mater getting it over the timeline, dangerously picking up the dribble, the drive. Nice pass back to Mater, and those arms are just too long inside.
Oh, almost.
I'll tell you what, that's the best I've seen Notre Dame work the ball at this point. And you really have to overwork this zone because New Boston to the man are a little better.
Yeah, a little better, a little taller.
Yep. And it was touched, so Notre Dame's going to retain possession here.
4:39 on the clock.
10-0 in the 7th inning. About to do the stretch. Sounds like a baseball score.
It does, doesn't it? Notre Dame working it around a little bit.
New Boston staying in that zone and trying to trap the corners. Nice pass inside, good feed, and Sexton with the finish. Assist to Jerome McKinley.
That's 2 more for New Boston.
Sexton now with 5 in the contest at this point. Errant pass. New Boston making Notre Dame hurry it up and play out of control a little bit.
That seems to be what's happening.
Yeah.
They're just not having a good luck at keeping control of the ball right now.
Ball pressure is so important, and New Boston's so talented. It's easy enough to do.
Yeah.
You know, to get a player up in to a Notre Dame player with possession and causing him to force bad mistakes. Another nice pass, that time from Sexton to McKinley.
So 2 more points on the board for New Boston, and we're going to have a timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout as well, and we'll come back right after this.
Desco, we believe loans to small businesses result in stronger communities. We believe the experience and ability to make local decisions awards you the home field advantage. We believe quick decisions and straightforward answers are what you need to get started. At Desco, we have terms to fit your business. Desco Federal Credit Union. We make business loans.
They're breaking.
Okay.
You're watching Zone Sports. Game on.
And we're back here in New Boston's Tigers Gymnasium here, as the Tigers are leading 14-0 over the Titans.
Ben Mater coming down. Now we're looking at a 1-3-1. Coach Cox really mixing up the defenses here. They're going to trap the corners out there, force the ball, force them to make mistakes, and that ball is knocked out of bounds by New Boston. Mater averaging just under 14 points per game and just under 3 assists. He's their leader. Clark averaging 13 points per game. Talk about Glenwood in SOC play. They're just behind Eastern in the standings and trying to claw their way up.
Yep.
Nice quick shot.
Yeah, a little one-handed off to the flip.
Yeah.
So 2 more points on the New Boston side, making it 16-0.
So many players, it takes a little time to catch that pass and make that shot. He did that in an instant.
Yeah. And
So
they
Tyler
followed up
Caldwell.
with 2 more. Notre Dame is just not able to hold on to the ball long enough to get a shot off.
Yep. It's been a tough one for him, and it's going to continue to be. You know, we worried about that a little bit coming into this. We know they're 0-7 coming into this contest, playing on the road against such a highly talented team.
Yeah.
You know, I was afraid it would get out of hand. I was hoping it wouldn't be early.
Yeah.
But 18-0.
Yeah.
And we're
18-0 and
approaching
looks
the end of the first quarter.
like 2:36 left to go in this first period. Oh, steal.
Again, it's that full court press.
And a charge.
And a charge added to that. And you know what? Probably wasn't a charge.
Yeah.
But here's what's going to happen in this game. Anything that's close, they're going to give the nod to Notre Dame in
You
that
think?
case. Yeah, I think they will. Yeah, if it's close, they're not going to play that straight just because New Boston's killing them in
Yeah.
every other way. So why officials kill
Well,
them
that's
too?
true. That's true.
So it doesn't surprise me that that's the direction that went. And now we got a block on the other end, so you got back-to-back calls in favor of Notre Dame, which maybe
Yeah.
leads to my being partially correct, at least.
Yeah.
For the time being.
Well, you know.
They shouldn't do that, you know?
Yeah.
That's not what you're here to do.
No, it's not. You know, honestly, I mean, we give the officials a hard time sometimes, but it would be hard to be out there.
It is. I did it for a few years until my knee kind of gave out on me, and I enjoyed it quite a lot, but it's a lot of pressure, a lot of stress out there to blow that whistle.
I bet it is.
Off the mark in front, rebound, back up, no good.
Oh,
and now
look
we
at
have
that.
a jump ball.
That was impressive. Did you see that?
Yeah, that's Caleb Nichols. He's got some jumps to him for a sophomore.
He did, and he grabbed that ball and hung on. I mean, he got like slung through the air.
Yeah. Does that make this Sling TV?
I guess it could.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Ba-dum-bum.
Quick shot, up and blocked. That's Levi Bowman in the game from New Boston right now with the block. Coach Cox getting a few subs in. That bench looks pretty deep.
Yeah, it does.
And more ball pressure. Really, Notre Dame kind of forced to go ahead and drop back. They're exerting so much energy on offense, they don't have a left play defense. And another big three.
So that kicks it up to 21-0 in New Boston's favor.
And that's Marcus Saunders, money in the bank. Caleb Nichols there trying to split the screen. They call him for traveling.
Yep. Want to thank a few sponsors on tonight's game. Want to thank Hickey's Hamburger Inn. Whoa.
From deep.
Another three from the big guy. 24-0 now on the board.
He has skills. There's no doubt about that. And he's just a junior.
I tell you, he's really got some, he does have some skills.
You know, I need to go to the program just to make sure he's a junior. Because some of this I transferred.
Yeah. Again, a few sponsors we want to thank on tonight's ball game. We want to thank Hickey's Hamburger Inn. You know, the best little hamburgers you're going to get anywhere.
He's a senior.
Huh?
He's a senior.
Is he a senior?
All
okay.
right, good thing. Good thing I looked.
That's it. Also want to thank AC1 Communications for their support tonight. If you need satellite service and such, tired of cable, give AC1 Communications a call. Also want to thank Eddie Edwards, attorney Eddie Edwards, big supporter of Notre Dame athletics, big supporter of Notre Dame in general. I think Eddie has been on like every single Notre Dame game we have done since our inception. Yep. You know, and we want to thank Eddie for all the support out there.
Yeah, you need a whole lot of Eddie Edwards in this world.
Yeah.
You know, they make the world go round, don't they?
They do, they do, you know.
This New Boston team is very impressive.
They are.
And yeah, great shot-making skills. They really have great vision. They make really nice passes. But what impresses me more than anything about them is their defensive play. Yeah. I mean, they're just, they're dogged.
They are.
You never get a chance
there
to
it is. Notre Dame gets on the board with 20 seconds with a nice three-point shot.
That's Ethan Kamer, 24, correct?
Yes, yes. So that's 24-3 now on the board.
Under 10 seconds. New Boston will take the last shot here in this first period. And it'll be a three.
Oh, and it's good,
and
too.
It goes down as well. So Tyler Caldwell, the senior, finishes with 11 points in the first period.
Whew.
Not bad.
Points on the board now. New Boston 27, Notre Dame 3. We're going to go to a break, and we'll come back right after this.
Has your life or the life of someone you love been impacted by mental health or substance abuse problems? If so, there's treatment available here in the Portsmouth area. Hope Source provides quality treatment by highly trained, compassionate professionals. We are committed to helping people and their families live complete, meaningful, and happy lives. Find us on Facebook or on our website, hopesourcetreatment.com, or call us at 740-353-HOPE.
Enjoy the good times a little more with the right plan. State Farm agent Jake Sulzer is here to help protect your dreams and loved ones with life insurance. Call Jake Sulzer today to find out which options are best for you. It's just another way we're here to help life go right.
You're watching Zone Sports. Game on.
And we are back to start the second period here. Lots of action. 27-3 as the Tigers are over on top of the Titans right now.
Boston back to that zone, but they're picking them up just as they get over half court, so you're still getting pressure. Pretty decent looking drive there. Comes up short for number 15 for Notre Dame, Jackson Clark. And a big block on this side, Caleb Nichols.
Nichols is doing good.
He's got some hops to him.
He does.
We've talked about him a few different times today. Sophomore, 6'2", and a forward.
A few more sponsors in tonight's game I want to thank. I want to thank BG's Pizza here in New Boston. For those of you who haven't tried BG's Pizza, give them a call, order one. It's one of the best homemade tasting pizzas you're going to get around here. Also want to thank God's Ways Church for their support in tonight's ball game. I want to thank them for everything that they're doing for Zone High School sports. I want to thank Barrett Murphy Insurance, long-term sponsors here, as well as Gaddy's Pizza, Pro Pest Control, Rallies, Smith's Drugs, and Tri-State Security. Notre Dame just put two in.
Jackson Clark drives to the lane, picks up the foul, and that's 3 fouls on number 23. That's Marcus Saunders for New Boston, so he's going to sit for a while.
So he misses his foul shot, so that means the score is 27-5 in New Boston's favor.
A lot of spinning going on there from our corner.
Action getting real close there to the announcing bench.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
We're in the game.
That's it. We are. We're in the zone.
Very nice.
See what I did there?
Yes, I love it. I love it. And again, from behind the arc, back up. McKinley blocked.
Little short.
Yep.
Still nice, though.
And the foul.
I mean, how many threes has he hit so far?
Well, he has made 3.
I tell you.
11 points there in the first quarter, 3 of those from behind the arc.
He started with 1, ended with 1, you know?
And McKinley, nice free throw there.
So he puts the first one in.
5'10" freshman.
And he drops the second one, bringing the score for New Boston up to 29.
Tough to split that zone. And now the nice kick out, opportunity here, and coming up short there from the corner. That's Cole Harrell. A couple of steps got by with it there. I know it's early in the game, but I almost kind of get that feeling Notre Dame's just, they're hanging in there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You're down this much. Obviously, you're not going to throw in the towel yet. You can't.
No.
You got 3 quarters to play here.
Oh,
but I feel like they're still playing with intensity, and that's a good thing.
I think you're right.
That comes from being a well-coached team, and Matt Mader, you know, he's that kind of guy.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, he's coached up there at Notre Dame for quite a few years.
He has.
You know, and really done a great job. And really good with the kids up there, you know.
Nice little shot from 15 feet.
So that
Number 13, Kyle Sexton.
So that makes it 31 for New Boston.
And that ball's just taken from him and a little late on the foul.
Yeah, half court.
Yeah. He took 4 steps before he actually made the call. So apparently Notre Dame reached in there and grabbed him.
Which is funny, they already had the ball. They're
Yeah.
bringing it back to give it to him again.
Just a wee bit late.
Yeah.
2-on-2 out front. Cole Harrell. Defending Grady Jackson. And another shot right there. Who put that one down for us?
He did. So that brings it up to 33-5 as there's a timeout called on the floor. We'll take a break and we'll come back right after this.
King's Daughters, we put our heart into treating yours.
You should know the symptoms of a heart attack may be subtle, such as fatigue, heartburn, or even jaw or neck pain.
The best approach is to catch problems as early as possible,
before it becomes an emergency.
In fact, we can schedule you an appointment within 48 hours.
Because the best time to see a cardiologist is before you need one.
Cardiology appointments within 48 hours at King's Daughters. Call today.
From the Portsmouth Cinemas.
Sights, sounds, and smells, we give you all the feels you need for a fun time on the town. Want to enjoy a 3D movie or even throw a party? The Portsmouth Cinema is here for you. Looking for unbeatable deals on concessions? We got you. Need an affordable night out to relax with a movie? Super Tuesday to the rescue. We are always updating to give you the best experience possible. Visit us online at republictheaters.com or Facebook for showtimes. Portsmouth Cinema. When you've got the time, we've got the popcorn, the candy, the drinks, and the best movies around.
You're watching Zone Sports. Game on.
And we're back. 4:55 left before the half. Score on the board is Tigers 33, Titans 5, and Titans have the ball.
New Boston pressing the midcourt line there, getting ready to pinch. Nice kick out, getting the ball inside, trying to make something happen there. Again, that's Caleb Nichols, 6'2", going up against 6'7", and that's tall order.
It is. It is. It's better than 5'2" going up against 6'7".
Sure. And a nice out of bounds
play.
There
we go.
Yeah, getting the backdoor break by Mater.
So Notre Dame drops 2 points on the board, bringing them up to 7. And the big man follows up with a little 2-point layup for New Boston.
Yeah, and he plays big. He just plays higher than everybody else. You can't defend that.
No, you can't.
It's impossible. All you can do there is play position to not allow him to get close to the rim.
Yep.
All right, so we got an over in the back call here, giving the Titans the ball back.
So often you see a kid on the court that's 6'6", 7'8", and they really don't have the skills that the 5'5" players have.
Sure. Yeah, they're usually a little gangly. And they don't have their coordination together. This boy's an anomaly.
Yeah, and
nice pass and nice finish there.
2 more
that's
points
number 2,
for
Grady
New Boston.
Jackson. He's a 5'9" freshman.
Is he?
The future's bright here.
Got to wear shades.
Yes, indeed.
So New Boston is at 37.
Little fall away. The fall away made him come up short. Rushed that shot a little bit. Grady Jackson on the other end.
So Notre Dame goes to the line.
All right, so the foul's been given to number 20 according to the scoreboard. That's C.J. Kraft. 5'9" junior.
And Notre Dame's 1 for 2 there. So they get one more point added to their total, bringing them up to 8. New score on the board, Tigers 37, Titans 8.
Nice backside look. The vision is just really incredible.
Yep. New
These
Boston.
kids play very well together.
New Boston drops 2 more points in the bucket.
39-8 is where we stand at this point, and you know, obviously, but it's well worth noting, they could certainly eclipse the century mark.
Yeah.
At this clip.
Yeah. Oh, easily.
I don't know that it's something he wants to entertain, but that's the kind of offensive production they're having at this stage of the game.
Yeah.
Now we're showing some man-to-man defense. Tight man-to-man. And that's going to go off number 2 there, out of bounds. Cole Harrell touches it. Notre Dame picking up the pressure. Little token, everybody else drops back. Just man on the young man, dribbling the ball down the floor. And here we go again, this time in and out. Caldwell comes up a little short. Foul's going to be called on number 23 for Notre Dame. That's Caleb Nichols. His second foul.
I really think Notre Dame's only option here is to just shoot more from the back. You know?
Well, they got an opportunity right there. Just comes up a little off. Caleb Nichols from behind the arc. And the real quick transition baskets is what you really have to guard against. You know, offensively, they're going to have a hard time against this talented New Boston team. And, you know, the other thing that I noticed about what's going on here is it's 41-8, and Coach Cox is over there still just coaching his heart out.
Oh, yes,
he is. He's looking at everything. He wants this team to be exactly right when they get to tournament time.
He does. And Notre Dame puts in 2 more.
And steps there in the middle.
Well, you know, honestly, Jay, you know, in the Army they use a phrase over and over again: lead by example.
Right.
You know, if you want your kids out there putting in 110, maybe you should be.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
And you know, everybody has their own style. Coach John Wooden for UCLA back in the day, and you got to keep that in mind. That was 50 years ago. He won 10 national titles in a 12-year span and never got off the bench.
Wow.
But it was a different time.
Yeah.
You know, now no coaches sit throughout a game, you know, for the most part. They get up and they walk up and down the sideline, they coach their team up.
Yep.
And every instance on the basketball floor is a learning instance.
Makes sense. So Notre Dame goes to the line. First one's up and good.
Goes around and down. It's Jackson Clark at the line. And now his second opportunity. For the lefty, off the back iron. Sexton trying to get the rebound, isn't able to keep control of it, goes out of bounds.
He ran into the ref.
Yeah, we're checking on him too. He kind of took a glance to the jaw.
Yeah.
And they're going to call a foul on Notre Dame there. So he was pushed. That's what caused him to go out of bounds. That foul going on Caleb Nichols, his third. And he's going to be subbed. In the game comes Gabe Pate, 6-foot sophomore. And I hope I'm saying your name correctly.
Pate?
Pate.
Yes.
Sexton working inside, and this time he's going to get undercut underneath there. Ethan Kamer there again. One of the things I said at the break last time was you got to get him off the board. You got to get him out of the area there, and he was just trying a little too hard.
Yeah.
So, Kamer coming up with the foul. That'll be his first. Turnaround jumper. And we've got a foul. We'll find out here shortly. And it looks like that's going to be on Ben Mater. And that is his first foul of the contest. Both teams in the bonus situation now.
So New Boston sinks their first free throw.
That's Sexton at the line. He's 2 for 3 now. And make that 2 for 4.
That means 42-11 is on the board with right at 15 seconds. Notre Dame's going to try to get this last shot of the game, or the half, rather.
Getting a lot of ball pressure. They're not going to make it easy. Inside, 2 and 1, and got to shoot. Gets it off, and it's off.
So close.
That'll be the end of the first half.
That is. Well, that ends the first half with the Tigers leading the Titans with a score of 42-11. We're going to go ahead and take a break, and we'll come back after this.
Everything your customers see tells a story. Let the UPS store help you tell the right one. We do printing, packing, notarizing, faxing, shredding, binding, consulting, creating, designing, returning, mailboxing, and of course, shipping. Together, there's nothing we can't solve. Stop by our locally owned and operated UPS store on 11th Street in Portsmouth today to see how we can help you with everything your small business needs.
The Wheelersburg Cinema has been entertaining the area for over 40 years with the latest movie releases. Our friendly staff will treat you like family from the minute you walk in to buy a ticket. Our snack bar has all your favorites, especially the fresh popcorn. Show up early and have some fun in the arcade, or just head on in to get the best seats in the house. Bring the whole family and enjoy the personal touches from this locally owned and operated cinema. Wheelersburg Cinema, 8805 Ohio River Road in Wheelersburg.
And we're back here with the Donnie Martin Heating and Air halftime report. Jay, let's talk about what's happened this first half.
Well, it's been dominating, is what this has been. It's a whole lot of New Boston with a full court press, really causing a lot of turnovers for Notre Dame, never allowing the Titans to get comfortable and get into any balance whatsoever. So Notre Dame, slim pickings as far as the scoreboard. When you look at the guys that are scoring, you could say there's balanced scoring because 5 kids are in the books, the 5 kids that started, but their high scorers got 3 points.
Yeah.
So Ethan Kamer with 3, Caleb Nichols 3, Cole Harrell had 2, as did Ben Mater, and Jackson Clark was able to manage a free throw. You know, on the other side, you look at that defensive pressure that New Boston exudes, but then on the offensive end, if you make them set up, they'll set something up. They'll see a back cut. They'll skip pass. They'll shoot from the outside. They'll work it inside. They can do it all, and that 42 points that they have on the board, that exhibits that.
Yeah.
Tyler Caldwell, 6'7" senior. Talked about him over and over. He's your leader with 15 points right now at the half. You know, most kids be happy to have that in a game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know who I'd like to see up against him?
Who's
the
that?
Lumberjack.
The Lumberjack.
Yes.
From Southwestern.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'd love to see him go up against Caldwell.
That would be great. And if I could think of his name, I don't know why I always have her. I know why, because I gave him a nickname.
Yeah.
You give a nickname, he loses his
It's
actual
over.
name.
That's it.
You know, so Caldwell, he leaves all scorers with 15 points. Kyle Sexton, the 6'5" sophomore, has 10. Jerome McKinley, the freshman, has 8. Marcus Saunders has 5, and Grady Jackson has 4 for the Tigers.
Well, we want to thank Donnie Martin, Heating and Air, for sponsoring the halftime report throughout the season here. Big thanks to them for all they do for the area and for high school sports and for the zone. We're getting ready to kick off the second half of this ball game. As I said before, the score is 42-11 with New Boston leading. New Boston will be taking it out, and here they go. Oh!
Pretty good defense there, getting his mitts up in the air. That's Jackson Clark. Deflecting that pass, trying to feed real quick on the backside.
You know, I will say 42-11 doesn't show you how hard the Titans are playing.
Right.
You know?
Oh, yeah. In this, like I said earlier, it'd be so easy to just kind of give in to this, but they're fighting. And you get that with Notre Dame.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you always get that effort.
Oh, nice little layup.
That's Jerome McKinley opening the second half with a layup. He's got some quicks.
He does. That's 2 more for New Boston.
Notre Dame doing a good job of getting through the press there, mid-court press. Now let's see if they can get a decent shot, but we have a turnover real quick. And again to McKinley, does a good job of shielding the defender, lays it up off the glass, and another deuce for him. You have to be sure with your passes against this New Boston defense.
You do.
From behind the line, a little short there. Quick rebound to New Boston. That was Caleb Nichols off the mark.
They're going to count that too for New Boston?
It looks like, yes.
So that brings New Boston up 48-11. We got a timeout.
That's a full.
And we'll be right back after this.
Sierra's Haven is a no-kill animal shelter located in Scioto County. They are a group of volunteers working together to help find safe, loving homes for adoptable pets. In its brief existence, they have made a difference in the lives of thousands of animals. Whether they were stray animals or needing medical attention, Sierra's treated, spayed, neutered, and found them wonderful homes. Your contributions to this organization can help get abandoned and abused animals off the streets and into a loving home. So when you're ready to give, think about giving locally. Charity begins at home.
Library isn't just a source for books anymore. We are activities. We are local history and genealogy. We are entertainment. We are DVDs and books on CD. We are online. We are education. We are mobile. We are everywhere. We are still books and reading. We are here for our community. We are here for you.
We are the Portsmouth Public Library.
I love the library.
You're watching Zone Sports. Game on.
And we're back. 6:50 left in the third period.
Boston continuing to press there, and I like what they do in their press. They don't put a guard up the front. They put 6'7" Caldwell because you can't get a pass over him.
Yeah, why not?
Nice pass to the other end, and just a quick transition basket. That's heads-up play. And number 23 on the end there, Marcus Saunders with the finish.
So New Boston goes to 50. Oh!
Wow, wow.
That was quite a neat.
That was a hammer.
Yeah.
Jerome McKinley, the freshman, leaps up and just hammer time. Spikes him out of bounds. Tough entry pass there. Starting that offense a little deep. Notre Dame running an offense here, taking their time, making some good passes. Good shot there, just off the mark. Again, that dribble to bring it back in. Usually not a good idea, but right there it is. Not Marcus Saunders, that's Caleb Nichols with the 2. He has 5 now. Good feed inside from Sexton to McKinley. McKinley he's not going to go away. And that's another great mark of a good defense. Given that situation, defense will usually run to the other end.
Yeah.
They're continuing to play defense as soon as they miss that shot.
Yeah. So that's 52 on the board.
McKinley was 6 just in this half. And a nice pass. Unselfish.
Man.
Good look.
2 more on the board for New Boston.
Marcus Saunders with the finish, but the pass, what set that up was what was pretty.
Oh.
Air ball from the opposite side. They're just going to let that go out of bounds. Just letting that go too quick. Follow through, snap the wrist as if you have time. There again, New Boston makes you hurry. Caldwell up and over.
2 more.
Feeding the heart of that defense. Mater comes in. Tough shot there and just about made it happen. Most athletic of the kids there from Notre Dame. And, you know, a couple of those other guys have really looked impressive too. We've seen some of these kids got good jumping ability. And, you know, the shooting skills and all those things will come. It's just difficult to play well when you have this kind of defense.
It is.
In your face and really applying the pressure.
So that's the first one out of 2 to go in for Notre Dame.
Ben Mater at the line. And I don't know if that's Coach Matt Mater's son or not. Do you know?
You know, I believe it is.
And he makes his second.
So that brings the Titans up to 15.
Fast break down the floor and a tip out to the side. Missed shot, but I like how quickly they got the ball up. They love that fast-paced tempo. And no call there, kind of surprised. Late call.
So two defenders both jumped up to smack it down.
That's C.J. Kraft will go to the line here. He'll be shooting 2. And the guilty party, Caleb Nichols. That's his 4th foul. Given the situation, they may not substitute him. They might go ahead and just let him foul out.
They might.
Typically, you're going to start or save your starters, you know, toward the end of the game. But you know, I think that ship has sailed.
So they get 1 for 2 at the line, making it 57-15 now.
From the corner.
There it is.
Nothing but net. Ethan Kamer.
The 3.
That ball came out cleaner than it went in. This is what Notre Dame really wants to do. Make them work for it, settle them down. Nice pass inside, unable to finish, and then a little frustration foul. Missed the bunny, so he gets the foul afterwards. That's Kyle Mays, 6-foot junior. The Tigers again await half court. We'll try to trap these corners. Mater, good look, short. It's going to stay here. Off the hands of the Tigers. You know, we were talking about the posters that are hanging around the gymnasium.
Yeah.
And a lot of the gymnasiums that we see these days, they're all made by a company. They look very nice, and you can reuse them. This is old school.
Yeah.
You've got a pep club or cheerleaders that put these things together and put them up. And the one that I like the most is the one that fittingly is behind New Boston's bench. Again, they're thinking tournament.
Yep.
You know, they're past this. They've got this game won. They know they've won some of their games already in advance.
Yep.
They want to win the conference, and they're thinking tournament.
That's
what
it.
are we going to do in tournament? How far can we go? Small town, big dreams is what that sign says.
Yeah.
So overcome the small town blues that we may have had in the past. We've got big dreams.
Well, sure.
We're going places.
You know, it's possible, too.
Yep. Well, they went last year, and they just didn't go as far as he would like to have gone. But he sets his sights high, and I'm sure he has their goals further than where they landed last year.
Well, sure. And honestly, I'm excited to see him in tournament play.
Mm-hmm. Great hustle there to get that ball, to drive the lane there. Caleb Nichols unable to finish, though, and we get a foul on the other end. That's going to be Mater. That's his second foul.
2:42 left in this third period.
Marcus Saunders at the line.
First one goes in. And the second one's good too for New Boston. It brings them up to 59.
Saunders has 10 points now. That's 4 New Boston Tigers that are in double digits. And we have a 10-second call. Notre Dame unable to get the ball past the timeline. That defense just continuing to play. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says, they're playing basketball.
They are.
In New Boston, and they'll run you out of the gym. Tigers working their arc. Nice backside feed. Easy deuce for Tyler Caldwell. 19 points now. Mixing up mid-court presses. Notre Dame doing a pretty good job this time. And we're going to get a quick foul on New Boston. That's number 2, Grady Jackson. You know, a lot of coaches don't mind fouls if they're aggressive fouls. And I don't think you'll find a Tiger that's not aggressive on this team.
I think you're right.
To a man, that's what they do.
Yep.
From the 3 line, and it is good. Caleb Nichols. He leads Notre Dame with 8 points. But the answer man, 23, Marcus Saunders.
He chases it with a 3.
Yes, he does.
That's 64-21 now.
And we talked about 100 points. Is that doable? And at this pace, I think we've fallen short of that, but we'll see. They may pick it up again.
You never know.
McKinley picks up the foul. That's his first. And Notre Dame side out. Pretty good effort to get the ball down inside. And just off the mark, 64-21. New Boston with the ball. Nice little cut all the way to the corner. He'll shoot. Titans coming back down. Wow.
Oh.
Reverse layup just doesn't go down. A little bit too much spin on that follow through.
But New Boston puts 2 in.
Very quickly, C.J. Kraft. His 3rd point. Mater off from behind the line. That should be off Notre Dame, and it is. Good call. Tell you what, this is a coaching opportunity for Notre Dame as well.
Yeah.
You know, when you got guys that are playing this aggressively on defense, that's something you need to learn to overcome.
Yeah.
Or other schools are going to pick up on that and try to replicate that.
Yep.
They don't have the athletes that New Boston might have, but you know, they can do it to a certain extent and it become pretty effective.
Clock ticking down.
Step back three.
No
off
good.
the mark, and that's your third quarter score, 66-21.
Well, let's go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this.
Ready to get on the right path for your future? At Scioto County Career Technical Center, you will be. With exciting new options in advanced manufacturing, robotics, 3D design, CNC, PLC, and CAD, we are providing the tools to inspire the problem solvers of tomorrow. Create, design, automate, and model virtually anything from scratch. It's all waiting for you at Scioto County Career Technical Center. For more information, visit us online at sciototech.org.
Scioto Tech.
My niche, I really think, is pediatrics. I love little kids. I enjoy being around them. It's a very rewarding field to be in. I chose Shawnee. They had a great nursing program. I couldn't ask for a better place to be. From the very beginning, I knew that I wanted to continue my education, so I'm working on my master's degree in nursing informatics. I'm kind of the translator between the worlds of nursing and information technology, and I couldn't have done it without the education and the support from Shawnee State.
You're watching Zone Sports. Game on.
And we're back here in New Boston at the Glenwood High School gymnasium. Do they have a special name for these?
You know, some do. I would think this would be the Tiger's Den.
Yeah, sounds
Perhaps
good.
it is. If not, you know, let's say it is.
Yeah, I like that. The Tiger's Den.
I think they're getting ravaged in the Tigers' den tonight.
Yeah. 66-21 is the score, and you're watching Zone High School Sports.
New Boston down to man-to-man. Notre Dame down screen, pass, find the open man, miss on the layup. And we'll see what the Tigers do here. They got a few fresh faces in the game. Notre Dame man-to-man. Drive and loses his footing as he goes down the lane. Turnover to Notre Dame. Need a whole lot more of those to even the score.
Yeah.
Not going to happen this night. I tell you, when you watch this team play, you wonder, you know, how did somebody beat them?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have 3 losses.
Yeah.
How good is Eastern, you know?
And maybe that's where the Lumberjack went.
Nice backside feed. Yeah, that's 2 points right there for number 33, Kyle Mays. It was amazing.
Amazing.
Nice drive, baseline, hard off the back iron. Now McKinley with the opportunity to shoot from behind the arc, and he's going to come up well short.
And Notre Dame 6-2.
Yeah, nice little play there by Jackson Clark. Little spin move there at the end. Get some spin on the ball to make it go down. And the scoring has kind of slowed down a wee bit now as we have some subs in the game. McKinley, of course, started this game. Now at the point, number 32. Showing some mad dribbling skills there. as that three is off the mark. Mater pushing the ball down the floor quickly. Pump fake, nice drive, and a nice finish. That's Jackson Clark again.
So back-to-back scores for Notre Dame.
Yeah, Jackson Clark. I always liked that name. Jackson Brown was one of my favorite musicians growing up.
Oh, yeah.
Running on empty. All righty then.
That's it, buddy. He was coming in hard on that one.
Yes, he was. That's just one of those deals where he couldn't stop.
No.
And he had to assume with New Boston's tenacity that he had somebody on him. So quickly did what he did, and it wasn't necessary. As we get a little mop-up job here, and the players have a chance to catch their breath. Got a young Titan there doing the dirty work.
I want to talk about a few more sponsors in tonight's ball game.
It's a good time.
I want to thank Bob and Floyd Tire Sales, as well as Stoltz Pharmacy, Wagner Rental, with all the Wagner boys down there. I want to thank AJ's Auto Sales and AJ's Automotive Services, as well as the Atomic Credit Union, B&B Loan, the Desco Federal Credit Union, Hope Source Treatment, Jake Sulzer, with Jake Sulzer's State Farm agency there on Chillicothe Street, as well as the Portsmouth Cinema and the Portsmouth Public Library. Big thanks to all of them.
Marcus Saunders there with the shot on that end, and we're going to have dual possession there, a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of the Tigers. Marcus Saunders now with 16 points on the game.
Okay, it's stacking up.
My guess is we've seen the end of Tyler Caldwell. He finished with 19 points tonight.
It was a good game for him.
Feed inside. Maybe got by with some steps there. That's another thing you tend to see. If it's not too awful major, officials don't like to call too much in this type of game. They want that clock to roll.
Yeah.
Seldom you see an over-officious official at this point.
That's true. A couple more sponsors. I want to thank the Wheelersburg Cinema, as well as the UPS Store, the Department of Developmental Disabilities, Sunspot Tanning, Stevens Power Pack, Sierra's Havens, Shawnee State University, the Scioto County Career and Technical Center, and the Powell Insurance Agency here in New Boston.
Foul there at the end. Caleb Nichols doing a good job of getting the loose ball, and unable to get it up there because he gets fouled in the act. That's number 20, C.J. Kraft. That puts him there. Let's see if he can cash in. Comes up empty on the front end. Nichols in search of his 9th point on the evening. And off the mark. A little reach inside there, but he didn't actually touch anything. Ball caroms off the foot of the dribbler, but foul's called one way or the other. Notre Dame just with 4 team fouls at this point.
Let's go, Schmidt.
That foul was on Nichols, and Nichols will foul out of this contest now. He finishes with 8 points. And at this point, he leads all Notre Dame scorers. A fine, valiant effort there.
Yep.
A little overplay on that passing lane. Soft pass leads to a steal and a finish there by Jackson Clark, the sophomore. He has 6 in this quarter.
So that brings Notre Dame up to 27.
And another runaway. And Ethan Kamer
kicks him up to 29.
Picks up an easy layup. So Notre Dame finally finding a little bit of scoring. That shot's a little bit off. New Boston scrapping for that rebound, and now Notre Dame slapping it back. I believe that's Kamer dribbling down the middle.
I think you're right.
I kind of thought he might actually just take it to the hole. That's where we are at the juncture of this game. Just take it to the hole.
Right at 3 minutes left to go in this ball game.
Pete missing there on the offensive end. Titans manning up on defense, and now we're going to have a touch foul. And we've had a couple of these situations here where I guess I'm a little wrong, at least according to this one official. I think he's called both of them.
Yeah.
You usually don't call touch fouls. And the one on this end, that was a phantom foul. It didn't even happen.
Yeah.
So we're stopping the clock to be stopping the clock.
Yep. Score on the board, 70-29, as New Boston leads, and the Titans fight to get some more points on the board.
Malachi Potts with the ball. No calls there. And now we're going to have a call for traveling. It'll stay on this end. Notre Dame basketball. And I don't think they're aware of it. Ethan Kamer taking the ball out of bounds. Almost deflected out of bounds by Notre Dame. Blocked from behind. A fine job there. Number 22 for New Boston, Larkin Branham, batting that one out of the way. And on the opposite end, Kyle Mays, he turns in a bucket. New Boston sitting back in a 2-3 zone. And I'm surprised that Kamer doesn't take the shot there from the corner. Dribble and kick, dribble and kick.
They're burning a lot of time off the clock.
Pump fake.
Off the shoe into a turnover.
That layup he released a little early. And here we go again from behind the line. And that's a big three. Kyle Mays now with 7. Now check that, Larkin Branham put that 3 up there. Missed shot there by Pate. And Boston coming the other way. I didn't mean to rhyme, but I do it all the time. Austin Goslin with the ball. Just under a minute. And Chuck, we're about to call this a night.
That's it. Again, we want to thank our sponsors this evening. We want to thank Hickey's Hamburger Inn, as well as BG's Pizza, God's Way Church, AC Communications, and of course, attorney Eddie Edwards for joining us for tonight's game. Big thanks to all of them and their support with Zone Sports.
It's great to see these young kids get a play here at the end.
It is.
And it's super exciting for them when they score.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes the fans cheer louder for them. Well, Chuck, that's going to be it. 77-29.
So that wraps up
Tigers.
That wraps up the ball game there. We'll go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll come back with a wrap-up after this.
Be in and out in 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'm in it for like 12 minutes.
I'm lotioned and done in 15 minutes.
We go for like 20 minutes.
I'd say 9 minutes is just about right.
I can only go like 10 minutes. No matter how long you can go, you won't have to wait for the sun to look fine. You can come to the Sun Spot where the sun always shines.
Everything your customers see tells a story. Let the UPS store help you tell the right one. We do printing, packing, notarizing, faxing, shredding, binding, consulting, creating, designing, returning, mailboxing, and of course, shipping. Together, there's nothing we can't solve. Stop by our locally owned and operated UPS store on 11th Street in Portsmouth today to see how we can help you with everything your small business needs.
Wheelersburg Cinema has been entertaining the area for over 40 years with the latest movie releases. Our friendly staff will treat you like family from the minute you walk in to buy a ticket. Our snack bar has all your favorites, especially the fresh popcorn. Show up early and have some fun in the arcade, or just head on in to get the best seats in the house. Bring the whole family and enjoy the personal touches from this locally owned and operated cinema. Wheelersburg Cinema, 8805 Ohio River Road in Wheelersburg.
Automotive Service in Medford is a full-service garage which handles all mechanical work from oil changes to engine changes. AJ's does computer diagnostics, will reflash computers, and can reprogram key fobs. Located between the Muletown Mini Mart and AJ's used automotive buy here, pay here car lot, visit AJ's Automotive Service at 5907 Lucasville Medford Road in Medford. And if you want your car to look as good as it runs, AJ's Automotive Service offers complete auto detailing. Call 740-820-2515 for an appointment.
Credit Union has been named a Best in State Credit Union by Forbes magazine. Measured by trustworthiness, digital products, branch services, and member satisfaction, Forbes ranks Atomic among the top 2.5% of the best banks and credit unions in the U.S. Atomic Credit Union offers 13 local branches as well as online and mobile banking. To learn more about Atomic, visit our website at www.atomiccu.com.
The Stephen A. Hunter Hope Fund was founded in memory of local student Stephen A. Hunter. One of the most successful programs is the Stevens Power Pack program, which provides food for local children in need. The most recent hunger statistics from Feeding America reveal that almost 1 in 3 children in Scioto, Pike, and Adams counties are food insecure. That's almost 50% higher than the national average. So when you're ready to give, think about giving locally. Charity begins at home.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose Auto Owners Insurance. Later, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we reflect on where we've been, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance. Powell Insurance Agency in New Boston is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
And welcome back to New Boston High School, where we're in our post-game show. And our dual players of the game in this 77-29 victory for New Boston. I have Kyle Sexton. We'll talk to Tyler Caldwell here before too long. Kyle Sexton, 6'5", sophomore. He has 2 years left to play. Turned in 10 points tonight. I believe you said you were 4 of, what was it, 4 of 5? 5
yeah,
of,
4 or 5 from the
4 of 5, okay. You know, basketball takes an awful lot of practice. Tell me about, you know, how much time you put into the gym. We talked about your schedule a little bit.
Yeah, during the off season, during soccer season, well, besides game days, I'll be in the gym 2 hours before school, getting shots up, getting a little workout in.
Right.
And then after school, we'll have soccer and stuff. And then when it's as soon as soccer ends, we're in here in the morning, and then after school.
As much repetition as possible. What is, how does Coach make you a better player, Coach Adam Cox?
He makes sure I stay confident in myself, and he doesn't try to put me in a cage or hold me on a leash. He lets me play my game.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't just try to get me to post up because I'm 6'5".
Right.
He lets me play how I, like, my skill set. But I know what I need to do. When I need to go inside, I need to. When my team needs me to facilitate, I'll do that too.
Okay, very nice. And I asked you earlier, what did you learn in school today?
I learned something in geometry.
Something in geometry. I'm sure it was good, right?
Yeah,
you came up with something. You'll know by Monday morning now, right?
Yeah.
Your geometry teacher is very interested. We talked about your future a little bit. Even though you're only a sophomore, you're a very good basketball player.
Yeah.
You know, and when you have talents like that, you want to look toward the future. How do you utilize those talents to propel you? And what are your plans? What are your thoughts right now?
I want to play 4 more years of basketball at D2, maybe Division I school.
Okay.
On a full-ride scholarship, so I can get my education paid for.
Right.
And I just want to work as hard as I can to get that scholarship.
And you talked about you've gone to a few camps.
Yeah, I'm going to as many camps as I can. And then I'm taking my ACT. I'm emailing coaches as much, sending them game film.
That's right.
Trying to get them to notice me.
Okay. So at this point in time, though, we're playing at New Boston High School, and you guys have improved your record to 6-3, 5-1 in the SOC. Yep. So our first immediate goal is, what do you need to do to win the conference?
Don't take anyone lightly, and be prepared for Eastern. And Western's a really good team, and we can't take anyone lightly. I mean, Clay started off hot against us at home earlier in the year. Sims Valley took us to overtime, and we played them on Friday.
Right. So just keep up the good play.
Yeah.
Well, great game for you tonight, and we'll talk to your teammate Tyler Caldwell here momentarily. Yep. Thanks for speaking with us.
Thank you.
At King's Daughters, we put our heart into treating yours.
You should know the symptoms of a heart attack may be subtle, such as fatigue, heartburn, or even jaw or neck pain.
The best approach is to catch problems as early as possible,
before it becomes an emergency.
In fact, we can schedule you an appointment within 48 hours.
Because the best time to see a cardiologist is before you need one.
Cardiology appointments within 48 hours at King's Daughters. Call today.
All right, we're back at New Boston High School, and I have 6'7" senior Tyler Caldwell with me, co-player of the game here in this 77-29 victory for the Tigers. And we were talking a little bit off camera there. You know, you have goals set up in front of you. You have short-term goals and long-term goals. Tell us about those short-term goals.
Short-term goals, we need to take care of business tomorrow against Peebles so we can get a good seed in the tournament. It's hard to play back-to-back nights. That's why our coach didn't play as much in the fourth quarter.
Right.
We need to keep winning our league games, especially against like teams like Notre Dame, Clay, like teams we can't let down.
Everyone else in the conference.
Yeah, we need to like not underestimate anybody. We got to keep playing good because we want a shot to come back and beat Eastern again to share the SOC championship.
Okay. And, you know, we were talking about team there. Tell me about individually. What are your goals? Do you have individual goals for a game? You had 19 points tonight. Do you think about scoring, or are you just playing the game?
I'm just out there playing the game. My teammates find me, and when I'm hitting my shots, I'm hitting my shots. I'm actually pretty close to scoring my 1,000 points, so that's about the only goal I can think of personally. Other than that, just keep winning and try to lead my team to the district championship.
How close are you to the 1,000-point club?
Tonight I was 113 away, and I scored, what, 19?
19.
Yeah, so 94.
Okay, so that's certainly doable to get that done this season, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, congratulations on that. Tell me about the importance of teamwork. You've got not just 4 other players on this team, but you got a lot of kids coming off that bench, too. How do you guys play so well together?
We play well together because off the court we're good friends. We talk a lot and we trust each other. And if you trust your teammates and you get them the ball when they're open, they'll start hitting their shots. And once they get their confidence, they'll start making shots. And then everyone just starts getting more confident and then just playing great team basketball.
Right. You guys continue to win. You're looking at a pretty good seed for tournament play. You know, how far do you feel like you can go?
Last year we made it to the district semis,
right,
and we was content with that because we just wanted to make it to the convo, and we made it there, and we blew a lead and we lost to South Webster. And this year we not only want to make it to the convo, but we want to win a game of the convo, and we want a shot at that district championship. And if we win the district championship, we'll just see where it goes from there.
It's right there within your reach, isn't it?
Yep.
How about you individually? Are you looking at colleges at this point, or colleges looking at you?
Yeah, there's some college coaches that's been texting me, asking me to come visit, like Kentucky Christian, Shawnee, all these schools, and we're going to set some stuff up.
Okay. Hey, wonderful to watch you play tonight. Great job. co-most valuable player of the game, Tyler Caldwell, here from New Boston High School.
Okay. Good.
Haven't tried our pizza? We have the deal for you. An 18-inch one topping for only $11.99 at BG's Pizzeria in Blackbirds of New Boston, Ohio. Call 740-456-8255 and order yours today.
Hickey's Hamburger Inn has the best hamburgers in town and the best fries and gravy.
I love Hickey's Burgers. They're the best.
This is Shug at Hickey's Hamburger Inn. Come down and see us. It's the home of the big yogi. We're virgins. You're always welcome.
Watching Zone Sports. Game on.
And we're back to New Boston High School, where the Tigers tonight in a lopsided victory, 77-29 over the visiting Notre Dame Titans. And we have Coach Adam Cox here with me in our post-game show. Adam, we moved to 6-3 on the season, and more importantly, 5-1, I suppose, in the conference.
Right.
What do we need to do to get to the Tigers to win this conference?
Well, we got to stay consistent. We got to make sure that we're consistently not overlooking our opponents and take one game at a time. Right now, we're a game back of Eastern Pike, who beat us in triple overtime. So
right.
We got to stay consistently even with them. But I'll tell you, the team that I am most impressed with this season is Western Pike. We're tied for second with them, one game apiece. Eastern beat them. We're both 5-1. If they won tonight, we'll both be 5-1, and Eastern's 6-0. Eastern beat Western by 4, and Eastern beat us by 2. And those three teams have kind of separated themselves from the pack a little bit, with Kimbler being injured from Green.
Right.
But we got to take care of Western Tuesday. It may be the biggest game of the year for us in our conference.
Sure.
Is Tuesday at home, and we play Western Pike, and P.J. Fitch is a phenomenal coach, and somebody that I have been mentored by and talked to and asked for advice and call him when I need a rant and stuff. And P.J.'s a good friend of mine, but I think that they're probably one of the stronger teams. And Eastern and Western are both senior heavy. We have at times, 2-3 freshmen on the floor with a sophomore, and Tyler's our only senior.
Right.
So there's times that we have, if Tyler comes out of the game, we don't have a senior on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're trying to just get these kids to get better each game and to show progress and be willing to get better and do more things and hold more responsibility each game. And we get caught up once in a while. Me and Coach Allison, Corey's one of my coaches, and, man, we get caught up in the moment sometimes and not realizing that Roman Grady are freshmen and only played 9 varsity games.
Mm-hmm.
And we're asking them to do the same things that we asked Player of the Year Cade Connolly to do last year.
Right. You're setting that bar high.
Yeah. And we.
But you do that for the entire team.
Well, we do. And we practice hard all break. Like, our break practices were the hardest practices that we've ever had at New Boston since me and Corey came in. And it was consistently accountability and running. And if you made a mistake and you missed the open guy or you didn't pass the ball up the floor to the right person, you were running. We just stopped the drill and you ran.
Right.
And then we got to the point where we turned it over, the whole starting five ran. So we've instilled a lot of discipline and tried to get better discipline-wise, because when you got young kids on the floor, they still want to do a lot of things that mom and dad told them to do at home, or they picked up a bad habit at junior high or something, and not that all of them do, but you can see them get out of the ream a little bit, and we got to reel them back in. And tonight we passed the ball amazing.
Right.
I mean, I felt like we didn't miss an open Tiger.
Yeah. I saw a lot of no-look passes, nice skip passes, and what's really important about that is your kids know how to get open.
Yeah.
You know, they're not standing around.
Right.
These kids feel like they're accountable and they're a part of the game plan regardless of where they're on the floor.
Well, I'm smiling because Corey's text message to me last week was like, these guys have to learn how to get open. They got to V-cut, they got to cut, they got to use their screens, they got to rub their shoulders. And he's been instilling it the last week on, if you're standing on our offensive end and not V-cutting to get open, then you're not going to get it. You're not going to get the ball.
You don't stay in the game long, do you?
Right. And another thing, we had 20 assists tonight from Sexton had 10 and Codwell had 10 on simply throwing the ball at the post and seeing where the double team came from.
Right.
I mean, everybody's been doing it. So we put Tyler inside, they double him, he finds Jerome McKinley.
Right.
Cutting to the basket for a layup. We put Sexton in the post, he finds Marcus cutting for a layup.
Right.
A lot of the points that McKinley, Grady, and Marcus had were mostly backdoor cuts on them doubling Sexton or Codwell, and our big guys are able to pass the ball. I mean, when you got a 6'7" and a 6'5" kid that both have 10 assists tonight, they both had 10 assists. Yep. I mean, that's unheard of.
And they're quick passes. They're not thinking about it. They're not a step behind.
Right.
They're doing it in time.
Yep.
So, the other thing that I've found really impressive with your ball team is the defensive intensity, and I'm sure this comes from that accountability and the work ethic. They're learning it during practice, but these kids, they never give a kid a break. Notre Dame couldn't breathe this entire game. And if you do that against everyone, good things will happen.
Well, Corey is big on making sure that we get our wheels turning, as he says.
Right.
Coach Allison's always big on getting our wheels turning. We gotta will them to wins. We're better when we're running. We're better when we got Grady and Marcus and Rome being after the ball.
Right.
And giving team, and we want teams to be able to play 32 minutes, 4 quarters. Against us, and we want to see that in the fourth quarter of them playing full court and traps and rotatings and everything that we throw at them, are their legs going to be there to finish the fourth quarter?
Sure.
So we take pride in that, and man, I tell you, if you would have seen our team practice this break, we were like one of the only teams that didn't have a holiday game around this area. I don't think that we didn't play for like 17 days. So 17 days of fresh legs, they weren't so fresh. Like, I ran them harder than we did in conditioning to open season.
Right. Yeah,
I mean,
but you're trying to make up for the fact that you're not getting to play against some strangers.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're able to show that tonight, that we were wanting to make our defense lead into easy offense. Like I told them, that 1980 Lakers Showtime, that wasn't because they played great half-court D. That's because they were pressuring the ball and their defense led to layups. That's what started Showtime, was their defense.
Right.
So, I mean, I tried to explain that to the boys. They're looking at me like, Coach, 1980, really?
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, that's where basketball fast break started.
That's right.
So I appreciate you and Chuck coming out and everything you guys do for the community and these kids and doing all the games around. I mean, it's something special that these kids really love and enjoy, and I appreciate it.
Well, you're doing a fine job here at New Boston High School, and congratulations tonight on your victory. Gently shake your broken hand or your wrist, what you got going on there. And
I fell down at practice.
Playing some defense.
Playing defense, got my weight shifted, couldn't catch myself. I mean, that's what happens when you're 40 and a little overweight.
This is a man who coaches by example. So that's it for us tonight for the Zone. Again, our final score tonight, New Boston 77 and the visiting Notre Dame Titans 29. And that will do for tonight for Chuck Jones. This is Jay Miller, Coach Adam Cox. Good night.